This r/Reddit user asks, what is the quickest way to get fired? Dying. In a flaming building. Kick your boss's kid in the crotch. Sadly his son was AMT and moaned when I did that. I think hearing his 14-year-old son moan from you kicking him is still going to get you fired. I mean sure might get the kid a talking to. But you're fired. Buy the company. Fire yourself from your current position. And then rehire yourself as CEO. Call in a bomb threat, terrorist threat, etc. TBH. Though, getting fired will be the least of your concerns. You might have other troubles ahead of you that being fired pales in comparison to. GLWT. We're all working from home. Who'd bomb an empty office? Does GLWT stand for Good Luck World Trade? I'm behind on acronyms. Ask during a staff meeting who wants to see pictures of furries having sex. Quote, I did this and got made the CEO of the company. What do I do now? Show everyone pictures of furries having sex obviously. Task failed successfully. Sneak up behind your boss and finger them after chalking your finger. Alternatively, what's the slowest way to get fired? Actually do your job. You'd get fired for that? Depending on the job. Eventually you'll be more expensive than that kid just out of college willing to work for minimum wage so that they can get enough of that experience to actually make money. I worked in a call center. One of the guys in my training class bragged about being a pie. Took pictures of his new coworkers, then got into a shouting match with our manager about it. He was gone by noon the first day and then we had to spend an hour talking about why we don't take pictures without consent in the workplace. So that was a fun first day. Be honest. Give your boss an iDubbbz 18 inches DO as a present and tell him he will enjoy it. I know I would. Very nice gift. Username checks out. Pro tip: this is also a good way to find out if your boss is into AL. Not show up on your first day. This actually got me hired somewhere. I got a call saying I was late for my shift. To which I replied, I'm hired? They never actually told me that part until that moment. Not anymore, you're not. Quote, I was late on my first day. It was excusable since I showed them the Google Maps screw up. Say I quit. Physical violence probably. Start screaming ethnic slurs or the customers. I know it's a joke. But I did actually know a guy in college who got fired from the campus library for calling a female student AC. To her face. He's one of a handful of people I've known who I'm 99% sure is a sociopath. Not just because of that incident. If you're a waitress, waiter, put the costumer's food in your mouth. Then serving it like nothing happened. Kinky. I like it. OMG. Not too many people wear costumes at restaurants. Spank the hot HR lady. Ask your boss to light you on fire. He said no and told me to get back to work. Sleep with your boss's 9-year-old daughter. Edit. Well, I missed one. I meant to type 19. Though I guess this will also get you fired. That's one way to do it. I'm going to jail. Quote, no. Chris Hansen. I swear she said she's 9. You gotta believe me. Punch your boss. ST on Deborah's desk. Lie. If you can't be trusted, then you're worthless. Yep. We've had many employees that have cost us a lot of money due to mistakes. But if they admit to it, then we consider that an educational investment. Go up to your boss and insult him. Breaking his car and signing your name on it. Breaking his computer and leaving clear proof it was you. There's just so many possibilities. Okay. So you're going to need a box of matches, air horns, a water gun filled with mayonnaise, and a gorilla costume. Call in sick with the Black Plague. That stuff is still very much around, so it's a perfectly legitimate albeit rare reason to call in sick. Now on the other hand, if you actually contracted plague and still showed up at work. Take a ST on your boss's car. It's faster to ST on your boss. It's harder to ST on someone than you think. They can move out of the way pretty easily. I know from experience. Even if you miss the fact that you tried it is enough. Trust me too. Stealing usually does the trick. Give your resignation letter and never come back. Fall into some candles. Care to elaborate? Well, I trip and fall into some lit candles and be on fire. Therefore, fired. Genius. I spent my first day in jail. Showed up the day after with a decent excuse and still got the job. Disrespect the pouch. Present hardcore PN to a meeting from your work computer and then be unable to stop presenting for nearly a minute. Bonus points if after you get fired you email your coworkers an apology explaining that you usually don't use your work laptop to watch PN but your other laptop has been broken the previous weekend and you'd need it to relieve yourself. Yes. This actually happened in my office. Was it good PN? Though, it was okay. ST on someone's desk. Punch your boss. IDK man, some wrestlers in the WWE punched Vince McMahon, who is the CEO, and still kept their jobs. Well, if you wanna test it. He respected me and made me kind of my crawfish job. Take a leak in the boss's kettle. Happened at my work. In the American workforce? Ask for a raise. You ever been in the American workforce? Asking for a raise either gets you a yes or no. Not a you're fired. Had countless people ask me for raises and never once did I fire anyone or see anyone fired for it. Or ask to just work 40 hours a week. Not to work holidays. Become sick and require more than one day off cause apparently in America people only get sick for one day. Ooh, also get injured at work. That seems to help too. I did that just about 2 months ago. I got the raise and am still working for the same company. Advertise where you work on Twitter. And declare that your business doesn't serve. That's right. I said. Quote. Rick Roll. I had a male coworker come in on the first day, not do any work and just lays around. Our female boss went to ask him about it and he looked her up and down before replying with "I'd work better with a little sugar" and slapping her BT. We never saw his face again. Show up late on your first day. Or not at all. Talk ST to the boss and spend most of the day looking at your phone. Cough in someone's face. In my case, have a sudden medical problem and become an unreliable employee in the eyes of your boss because of it. Even though I haven't called off a single day or asked for any time off before this. Note. I haven't been fired but they keep dropping subtle hints. Threats? About it anytime they contact me. Quit. Demand a very considerable raise and threaten to stop working completely if you don't get it. Either it works and you get fired for not working. Or you get more money. In the current environment, make a racist post on social media. No company wants to have to deal with the fallout. Kill someone at work on camera? Knock a senor out and ignore as blood leaks from his head? Unless of course you work for the police department. Then I'm sorry. Looks like the only way out is to quit. Make everyone aware you have a knife. Shout obscenities at your boss on day one. Wieners out. Just stop going into work. At most places, the rule is 3 days. No call. No show. You've abandoned the job. Some places won't even wait that long. Pee on a customer. I saw this a while ago. How strict are your sexual harassment policies? Quote. Sexual assaulting an underage customer. We were all happy when we watched that sick BD get his ST pushed in by her dad and boyfriend. First throw the coffee on boss and then hit him with the keyboard like James McAvoy did in Wanted. Walk in drunk and naked. Bonus points if it's a service job. Take AST on the boss's desk right after you are told you got the job. Sleep with ya boss's wife, then send him the proof. Take a poo on the floor. When your boss is watching. Or if he's not watching and he asks who did it, say it was you. Racial slurs at work. Start screaming NIGGERSSSSS really loudly while swinging your exposed DK around until they kick you out. Whack your boss with a 2x4. Racist comments and sexual harassment, assault. I've seen both happen in my work experience, and the dudes were jettisoned faster than a plague squirrel on a lifeboat. He was. Both were done on email, work phones. And they were both men to women. Don't be AWR to your coworkers. Women. That goes for you too. Keep your hands to yourself. And don't type anything you wouldn't want your peers and bosses reading. Assault your supervisor. Rub your ass in your boss's face while SG. Stab the boss. Shoot your coworker. Getting arrested kinda gets you fired. Presenting the wrong video. Show your staff at a staff meeting. Glance at your boss at the urinal and say, "Nice watch." Stick your DK in the pickle slicer. It's an old joke, have someone tell you. You know. This wouldn't happen if we had a union. Quote. No call. No show does it every time. First day as a water plant operator. Pee in the clarifier. Eat your boss's lunch in front of him and spit it on him. When someone orders food, say "Nah, I'm good." Circus cannon. Say the N-word. Quit. PS on your boss's wife. FK or boss's daughter. Sticking your DK in a macaroni salad. Doesn't matter whose it is. Or if it's even being sold yet. Just do that at your job and say goodbye. Light a match. Constantly make really unfunny SX jokes and think a class 6th graders will laugh at it. Speaking from experience from 6th grader me. Eat your boss. Take off your pants and ST all over your boss's desk while he watches. True story. In my office, one of my coworkers wrote a report. This was a particularly well-written report. It really was. My manager sent an email to everyone in our group with this report attached. The email said something along the lines of, "Dear everyone, this report is a very good example to follow as you are writing your reports. Please follow this example. Signed, Manager." A second coworker did a reply all to manager's email, arguing about how to write a report and disagreeing with manager. It was only a couple weeks before the coworker who did the reply all was no longer with the company. Arson. Suicide. Simply by not worshipping as per the dictum of the firm's cult of personality. Simply ask how strict the sexual harassment policy is. ST on boss's desk. Run around your workplace but naked. Lie on your resume. Then completely fail at a task that's supposed to be standard for your profession. I think pulling your PR out while in a work meeting would get you fired pretty quickly. Well, depends where you work. Let's say you work at a fast food restaurant, take AST on a grill. Insert obligatory "What's the policy on sexual harassment?" comment here. Go to the hot lady in her cube office and just start jacking off in front of her. Knocking your boss out, then teabag him. Speak your mind and tell the 100% truth at all times. I guarantee you can't make it one day doing this without getting fired. Capitalism requires constant deception. Just start screaming. Do not stop. Pull your DK out. Introduce your DK to your colleagues. ME the whole day. On your first day, if you work around PCs to make out all the RAM and sell it on eBay, or just sell everything, take the MOBO, the RAM, the CPU, anything that's worth it. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos.